It seems to be the university mascot. In professional circles, this kind of thing is called boomerang understatement. It reminds me of someone. My tax consultant? Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Stubborn as a stop sign. Hey, I found the scaffold! It flows! Downhill, but it flows. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Stubborn as a stop sign. That must be the student tobacco Lonzo's always talking about. A plant whose normal habitat, funnily enough, seems to be the balcony of shared student apartments. The plant smells like Lonzo's back room whenever that thrash metal band comes to visit. Ooh. Aw, how is he ever gonna get his gold back if he can't see the end of the rainbow? Piñatas on Barbecue Thursday should be a tradition. And who did it first? Well, strictly speaking, those two. What's the deal with those stupid glasses anyway?
They help me to focus on my target.
By making you practically blind?
That sharpens all my other senses. And protects me against pollen, household dust, and goat mites. I suffer from allergies, you see.
Well, methinks you stand on the wrong side of the junk ball bat. What are you doing?
What does it look like?
Oh, of course. You couldn't know. Oh, of course you couldn't know. It looks like two blind chickens wandered into the field.
Further proof, if it were needed, that eyesight counts for nothing. We are professionals in our field.
Uh-huh. Hitting the old junk ball?
Battering smartasses.
Oh.
Don't worry, he hasn't completed his training yet. That's why he's using the training bag.
Training bag? That looks to me more like a Drexican piñata.
Typical sighted person. It's not always about how things look.
But rather that it rains candy?
No, but that doesn't hurt, right? Hey, stay away from our junk ball training bag.
Training bag? That looks to me more like a Drexican...
Typical sighted. It's not always...
But rather than...
No, but that doesn't... Hey, stay away from... Hey!
Well then, let's see what you can do.
I can't even see properly with these ridiculous glasses.
Your eyes can deceive you. Don't trust them. When I could see, I thought it was a good idea to marry Mrs. Sensei.
Was she also blind?
Okay, that's done it. Show this big mouth what you've learned.
Did I hit anything?
Yes, the core of the first lesson. You will not hit your target as long as hitting is not your target.
Locked. Anything else would have been a disappointment, to be honest. Huh. Photos of baby wombats. Deponia 4 walkthrough for sale. Hey, that looks interesting. Do you want to share my lunch with me? Love to. I'm hungry. Now all I have to do is find this romantic ninja. It seems to be the university mascot. In professional circles, this kind of thing is called boomerang understatement.
you doing here? You should be lecturing.
I just wanted to stretch my legs.
Then stretch them back to the lecture hall. And don't come back until the bell is rung. Go on then. Hop to it.
Do you want to share my lunch with me? That part of the puzzle was easy. Now all I have to do is find this romantic ninja.
You again. Either that or Mirage. Back to your lecture. Go on, and don't come back until the bell is rung.
Does one of you by any chance go by the name of Romantic Ninja?
Mr. Rufus, please don't.
You're Romantic Ninja?
How embarrassing.
Did you know that he's a romantic ninja? That according to this note, he bears the black belt in the arts of love.
I wish the ground would just swallow me up.
No, we didn't know that.
Mama.
That must be because he merges with the shadows of loneliness. Or so it is written by him. Luckily, I found this note because if you are threatened on the battlefield of love, which apparently applies to me,
Threatened? My katana has ripped your heart to shreds.
he offers the following. Do you want to share my lunch with me?
Here, you can have it. I've lost my appetite.
Thank you, Romantic Ninja. Your courage and generosity will not be forgotten. He's romantic, a ninja, and he can cook. It seems I don't have the right bait for my platypus trap. Platypuses only eat stale bread. They spit out anything fresh. And then they complain that everything was better back in the day and write embittered online reviews. Platypuses only eat stale bread. They spit out anything fresh. And then they What would happen if I were to hold this lunch in there?
Me! Time passes much quicker in the anomaly than outside, so the sandwich will get old.
Well, anyone could have foreseen that. Now it's only good for duck food, and I have to cut my fingernails again. I've been doing those time travel experiments for years. I still find remnants under the sofa. Good bait catches fine fish, unless you're into worms, in which case you can cut out the middleman. I've more than earned this achievement. It flows downhill, but it flows. Good bait catches fine fish, unless you're into worms, in which case you can cut out the middleman. Let's see if this can motivate him. Yikes! What's going on?
Me!
stereo monocle?
My name's Norbert, Professor.
Nerdbert? I can remember that. And your answer is?
The inflow of energy caused the expansion of the anomaly to increase. You're now inside simulated interim time.
And then all of a sudden, time just flies by.
Mama. She said only inside the bubble.
Correct answer, but points off for interrupting. Underbite Valkyrie.
Her name is Hildebrand.
Their parents were jokers, were they?
No, Scraplanders. She's an exchange student.
And I'm Daniel Glandular.
And am I supposed to remember that now, or what? Yippee! School's out!
Don't you want to turn the anomaly off first?
Lesson 2, never want to do something that somebody else can do. So, enough is enough. And, now?
It won't stop thrashing about.
I can see that. And what was that?
It's coming from your coat. The other platypus is crying.
All right. Nothing but trouble.
Shame.
Oh, just when it was getting exciting.
Boo!
Everything comes to an end. Get used to it.
And? Were you able to stem the damage that my son has wreaked upon those poor students?
Stem? I eradicated it. Which damage were you referring to?
Those stupid ideas about time travel, of course. Junior claims, in all seriousness, to be able to create time anomalies. He says he's built a machine in his shed that can travel back and forth through time. And then he holds lectures on the subject behind my back. Thankless firebrand.
Firebrand? He always seemed to me to be so careful. Downright boring.
Ugh, I wish. Imagine it. My son, of all people, a dreamer, a fantasist. Yes, an anarchist.
Honestly? You smoke?
Not anymore. Although on days like this, I wish I'd never quit.
Isn't that a little unreasonable at your age?
The nicotine chewing gum was worse. Destroyed all my baby teeth.
A warning sign for birds. Who thinks this stuff up? Birds don't need warning signs. They're free! Free! And if they want to fly into stained glass windows, they have the right to do so. They are pretty, they are colorful, and more importantly, they aren't part of some stupid mosaic puzzle. This is not a pipe? Man, the artist really missed the boat on that one. Ha-ha! It is so a pipe. You can't pull the wool over a Rufus's eyes. Have you looked in the mirror lately?
Why? Is my tie crooked again?
The way I see it, there's a lot more wrong with you than just your tie.
Good grief. You're right. My pin badge from the Order of Strategic Repression is bent out of shape.
What is the Order of Strategic Repression?
I don't know what you're talking about.
At least his taste in hats seems to be gradually improving. I sense another key moment. Personally, I prefer those break the window and turn the doorknob moments, but hey, you can't always get what you want.
Hands off! That's the key to Junior's laboratory. The whole place is contaminated with crazy ideas.
So you don't believe in temporal anomalies?
How could I? I'm a scientist.
And a very youthful-looking one, too. Much younger than your own son.
I jog.
And you don't find anything strange about that?
I don't know what you're trying to say. Please, Professor, don't disturb him. He should be given time to think about his mistakes.
That's what I always say too, but it's way funnier when you say it, because you repress your own mistakes. The plant smells like Lonzo's back room whenever that thrash metal band comes to visit.
Ah, my old pipe. That's just what I need right now. Whoa. Strong stuff, this tobacco. It, it reminds me of my college days. We were so crazy back then. So, Lala Cuckoo! Wasn't very good for us. We experimented with everything. With plants, with time, and with women, of course.
I don't really want to hear that.
Mrs. McChronicle was one hot chick.
Too much information.
I was even more crazy than he is today. My mother didn't like it at all. She never wanted me to go to university. I was supposed to take over my father's business, the garage. Rocco McChronicle. He said playing with time would only end in tears. What my butt for my girlfriend. And I was already 25.
May I?
I don't know. If you may, I may, right?
Sure.
Yippee!
I sense another key moment. Personally, I prefer those break the but hey, you can't always. Psst! McDiaper Pants! Your father is distracted. We can go!
Go without me. He's right. I need to think about my errors.
No, he isn't. There are temporal anomalies.
I know. We created them, and as a result, ruined everything.
What, and your plan is to give up now? When everything is at its worst?
Don't you understand? It's always at its worst. This here is no loop. It's a downward spiral.
Locked. Anything else would have been a disappointment, to be honest. Oh boy, this looks just a touch more complicated to me. Something tells me that for once, I'm actually going to require a little assistance. Yeah, this is nothing but waste oil. Somehow I had expected liquid bronze. It smells like feta cheese. A professional scientist needs no further evidence to know what to do now. As long as the tank is empty, no pressure can be built there. Something tells me that for once, I'm actually going to require a little assistance. Yeah. This is nothing but waste oil. I have to get rid of it somehow. As long as the tank is empty, no pressure can be built there. A little oil can never hurt. However, this is a lot more than a little. What's wrong with you? You sound just as pig-headed as your father.
And he didn't bring the world to within an inch of total destruction through his behavior.
Yeah, but his behavior isn't gonna save it either. Ah, you're still here.
Of course, Mr. Rufus. After all, we are on the cusp of an epochal discovery.
And anyway, there are junk ball jocks waiting outside the lecture hall again.
They'll have to wait. We are going on an excursion. Pack your things. We're off to... the neighboring building. Thanks, Hildebrain. Somewhat misplaced, but you still get a star.
Wow!
Cool.
Impressive, isn't it? What is it?
Me!
Ah, Nerdberg?
Oh! An impulse-induced tachyon field generator?
Popularly known as a... anyone? Perhaps Chubby over there.
Time portal machine?
Time portal machine, precisely! Because it creates a time portal. But where? Sure, of course, the interim time. The turquoise tunnel, as we experts also call it. And now, for the master question. How to turn that thing on.
Turn it on? But,
All right, people, I want discussion.
That thing at the front must be the tachyon tank.
What, the milk bottle with the bicycle pump?
you need a substance that emits tachyons.
Ugh, by the smell, I'd say it used to contain fetid cheese.
And you have to adjust the nozzles so they concentrate on the thinnest place in space-time. You can detect a so-called potential portal with 4D glasses.
4D glasses, fetid cheese, anything else?
You're not intending to open a portal into interim time, are you?
And why not?
McChronicle says it's too dangerous. It could perforate the whole of space-time.
Oh, hogwash. The proof of the pudding is in the eating. You can't win if you don't buy a ticket.
Will that be in the exam?
Something tells me that for once, I'm actually going to require a little assistance. A little oil can never hurt. However, this is a lot more than a little. Yeah. As long as the tank is empty, no pressure can be built there. It smells like fetid cheese. A professional scientist needs no further evidence to know what to do now. So, children, time to review the material. What do you need to open a temporal or time portal?
Ooh, some 4D glasses to detect thin places in space-time. They are made of colored glass and some glasses frames.
Exactly, Hildy. Something that emits tachyons.
Full marks. I'm proud of you.
You can stop this whole professor ruse now. We're the smart kids, remember?
Of course you are. After all, you learned from the best. Professor Rufus. Ta-da! They are pretty. They are colorful. And more importantly, they aren't part of some stupid mosaic puzzle. Who can tell me what this is?
Junk?
Either that, or a set of 4D glasses.
No, it's junk.
They're not finished yet, okay? So, children, what do you...
Ooh, they are...
It's
Full mark. I'm proud of you. So, children, full mark. I'm proud of you. Something tells me that for once, I'm actually going to require a little assistance. Uh-huh. Someone was chewing gum in my class and didn't give me any, except for their fresh box lunch. It's gonna rain homework! Away with the stuff. It flows! Downhill, but it flows. These barbarians should be reported to the Goat Protection Society. The poor animal should have been milked long ago.
Hey, stay away from our junk ball training bag.
That's not a training bag. That's a goat.
Ha! Nice try. I may be blind, but my other senses are all the sharper for it. I can hear the room, taste objects, and I can smell in your facial expression that you're trying to trick me.
Yeah, that was my facial expression, and not yesterday's chili. And strike!
What's going on? My mucous membranes are swelling up. Oh, anaphylactic shock. It's my goat's hair allergy. My eyes are burning.
Bravo! You finally hit something dead on. My sense of humor. That reminds me of my brief career as an industrial spy in the Schlonzer sausage mines. I still don't know how my cover was blown. That reminds me of my brief career. I still don't... Hey, these pieces of glass would be perfect for my 4D glasses! Just a shame that they don't stick together on their own. The gum is already much too old. And besides, gluing colorful shards of broken glass together with bubble gum? Ha! That's totally unrealistic.
I've had enough. I want to stop.
That is also an important lesson. If you give up, you've already lost.
Oh, shut up.
Hey, stay away from our junk ball training bag.
I already told you that's a goat. Where do you think the bleeding comes from?
From my wife, of course. She's always bleeding on at me, claiming that my sports things are actually animals, nuns, or the neighbour's children. But how, pray tell, would a goat manage to get down here to the underwater palace?
Okay, suppose that it isn't a goat. Can I still milk it?
Of course, help yourself, but be careful, sometimes they bite.
I'm feeling fan-dabba-dozy. I just can't quit. Where's the nicotine chewing gum when you need it?
I don't know much about the production of nicotine gum, but I have chewing gum, and that contains nicotine. Should work, right?
Nicotine chewing gum? Oh boy, I've just realized that I've got the munchies. Wait, I'll just put my toothy pegs back in. Munch-tastic. Ooh, yummy.
Master Whistlehole's dental adhesive, because you know that life is good when your teeth stay where they should. Please ensure dentures are pointing in the right direction during insertion. Ta-da! I present to you the 4D glasses! Makes potential time portals visible and raises cinema admission prices by the power of 2. Ta-da! I makes but Who can tell me what this is?
Are those supposed to be 4D glasses?
It is a set of 4D glasses.
Is that stained glass from a window?
Don't touch! That is a highly sensitive, scientific whatnot. I see a kind of ring.
Oh, I know! That must be a place where the dimension membrane between here and interim time is especially thin.
Not thinner than your derivation, nerdo. Exactly, Hildy. It's in the middle of the machine.
Oh, good. Then we don't need to calibrate it at all.
Fortune has changed sides. Now the idiots are completely screwed. Here, space-time is thin enough to create a portal. Now, I just need to get it open. As long as the tank is empty, no pressure can be built there. Who can tell me why it's a good idea to put feta cheese into the tank?
You probably built some 4D glasses and realized that the cheese emits tachyons, right?
And now, the follow-up question. What color are tachyons?
She means pink.
Then it is proven. Feta cheese emits tachyons. Write that down.
There! The portal is open!
But that's way too small.
Maybe there isn't enough pressure on the tachyon jets.
More pressure? No problem. I'm a professional when it comes to generating pressure.
Ah! Daniel!
Gadzooks! There was another potential portal hidden under the carpet.
What are we gonna do now?
Yeah, but who knows if it's safe?
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
McGonagall!
Hurrah!
The tachyons must have spread out in the near vicinity of the portal. There's a relatively high probability that they have opened a portal to Kuvat.
And how high is high?
Haven't a clue. 1 in 1,000 maybe?
And that's good?
Relatively. It's the only chance that we're going to get. And also, one more than we really deserve.
Speaking of which, I still have to pick a goal out.
That means the leap into the unknown without any guarantee of being able to return has got to wait.
No, I'd rather go get her right away. Goal! We did it! The guys and I have opened a time portal!
Wow, well done.
Don't be like that. I told you, I'll make it right again.
And I told you, go away.
Oh, come on, Goal. Take off the hat and...
Hey, hands off!
I do understand where you're coming from. After all, that palaver with the platypus puppet theatre wasn't exactly subtle, was it?
Puppet theater? Oh, that. Yes, that was intentional.
But look at them. They're both trapped, without any hope. I'll never be able to escape my hamster wheel.
Wait, you think you're the platypus in the hamster wheel?
Of course. That one is clearly female. Look at her, she...
Ha! I knew it! There is hope!
You're right. It is the male.
At least she's now free.
Yes. Wow. Look how happy she is.
She'll recover. On the other hand, one shouldn't overuse metaphors. What's this?
Hey, give it back!
When did you do that?
While you were gadding about the fairground. What about it?
And you got past the lava mat with that?
Well, Someone had to make sure that things could carry on.
But then why are you so angry? Because we're not together in the photo?
No, because we are. An illusion. A snapshot giving the wrong picture. Or do you think that at the end of the day we'll be sticking that picture into our photo album? Everything here is going to have to end up being undone and reversed, so that we can save the world, so that there will be no Fulocks on Elysium. That's how it has to be, right?
No, it isn't.
Then tell me one thing that will still remain of our adventures. If you can do that, then I'm happy to come.
Easy. In the end, there's always one thing that remains. There, look at that.
Hitch crab?
Oh! It doesn't matter. Let's go. What the? What now? That looks like that interim we crossed in the time pod. But where did this city come from? And where are Goal and McChronicle? They jumped through the portal right before I did.
Hey you, Fulock! Get off of my porch!
Ah, a local. Can you tell me where I've landed?
In my turnip patch!
Wait a minute. Don't I know you? You're Glandula, the romantic ninja. Just old and ugly. How is that possible?
Are you trying to talk your head off?
Don't you mean, am I trying to talk your ear off?
Not if I got my gun pointed right.
Oh. Remorse would be entirely misplaced here. After all, he grew up to be a very passable guy indeed. I'm sure he's a great whistler, and I like what he's done with his hair.
One step closer and I'll blow your turnip out.
But Glandy, it's me, Professor Rufus. Doesn't that ring a bell?
Professor Rufus? Yeah, that's it. He was the guy who's to thank for all of this. Just junk crabs and mites for years on end. What about him?
I killed him.
Well done! Now get out of my yard.
All right, all right. The portal that leads to McChronicle's laboratory. Unfortunately, out of reach. Where the hell have I landed?
Are you lost, stranger?
No, I have a photographic sense of direction and always know exactly where I am. It's just the when has been a little confusing lately.
When doesn't mean a thing round here. You're in interim time, a space alongside the past, present,
And future, I know.
I was gonna say perishable food. We don't have anything like a future here. Rumor has it there used to be one. The portal building authorities are digging around looking for it in the foundations of interim time. But if you ask me, it's just newfangled nonsense.
No future.
2 other newcomers passed by here earlier. They asked about the future too. Friends of yours, perhaps?
Impossible. They were just with me.
Maybe out there. Here in interim time, the clocks tick a little different.
I see they have a few more hands, too.
Well, welcome to Paradox City. My name's Rocco McChronicle. If you've got any questions, I'll be happy to help you,
Rufus. And actually, I do have a couple. Rocco What the hell did you say? Are you Rocco McChronicle, the father of Dean Angus McChronicle Sr., and therefore our McChronicle's grandfather?
You must have confused me with someone else. I don't have a son, and if I did, I'm sure he wouldn't have become a dean. After all, I'm running a family business here.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about it. The last thing I need now is to accidentally prevent McChronicle's birth. You've seen my friends?
A sexy chick accompanied by a clever, handsome guy?
Not really. We were separated.
Well, 2 strangers certainly passed by earlier on. They met the old hermit. It looked as though they knew each other. They headed off to her farm, turn left at the town hall, and then continue up that way.
Where the hell am I?
You're in Paradox City, the city between times.
Aren't we always between times?
Excuse me?
You know, present, and future.
Yes, I suppose, although here we're not so much between the future. That doesn't exist here.
What does that mean, you have no future?
That's what I said. If that's what you're interested in, then ask the people at the Portal Building Authorities. They're always talking about the future, and they're trying to dig one up from the junk beneath the city. Absolute madmen, if you ask me. We've never had a future here, and we've managed quite happily without it so far, thank you very much.
I urgently need to get to Kuvak.
Doesn't ring any bells. Is it beyond interim time?
Of course!
Then you'd better be off asking the guys from the Portal Building Authorities. They map the portals and know where each one leads.
Hey, that's the time pod!
That there? That's been there since before I arrived. My father was going to repair it. That's why he founded the garage. Apparently it stopped being so important at some point. Like everything here.
Ah, you obviously cannot help me.
I'm sorry, buddy.
You can't. Ugh. Nope. People these days just don't trust one another anymore. You can't. Ugh. Nope. People these days just don't trust one another anymore. Oh, there you are.
Howdy, Rufus.
You wouldn't believe who I met in the city.
My granddad. I know. He didn't recognize me.
No wonder. To him, you're not even born yet.
I guess I never will be. Even the slightest interventions change the timeline. In all probability, we prevented the birth of my father already.
Hogwash. I've seen everything possible and impossible in the last while, but nothing even remotely resembling a timeline. The whole thing is more like a fuzzy, knotted time scheme than anything else.
It's okay, Rufus. I'm doing just fine. Isn't it incredibly interesting here?
Yeah, very picturesque. But we have to get a move on. Don't you remember? Where's Gold?
In the farmhouse, but there's no reason to hurry. Here in interim time.
The clocks run differently, I already know. Still, no reason to take our foot off the gas. One of these portals must lead to Kuvak. We used it earlier ourselves.
Yeah, it's that one there.
That one? I actually expected a few mind-bending puzzles first, but so much the better. Wait here. I'll go get Gold, and then we can go get our future back. Whoa, Butterfinger's at work. The country air seems to be good for him. His cheeks have gone all rosy. I'll get Gold, and you do McChronicle stuff.
Brace yourself for a surprise in there.
Hey, Gold, no time for coffee. Time to move. Wait a second. Am I counting right? Your goal? I mean, your goal too.
And you are almost as perceptive as when I left you, Rufus, savior of the world, suicidal time traveler.
You forgot butt model. But how can that be? What are you doing here? Which goal are you?
She's the goal that you rescued from the future.
Yeah, and in return, she left me and Mac on Elysium, stole the time machine, and whoosh! That was the thanks we got.
I've not got such a talent for dramatic endings as you.
And you didn't get far either.
Yes. Perhaps I was a bit too quick off the mark there. When I arrived in interim time, there was no future anymore. The tunnel had simply come to an end, and the autopilot was steering me directly at it. I had to crash land and was stranded. For us, only a few hours have passed. For her, it's been a lifetime.
Why didn't you use one of the portals?
The portals only opened much later. At first, they were all out of reach. Then the Deponians started to throw their trash into interim time. The time travelers also started arriving from all sorts of pasts. Most were stranded here like me. We built Paradox City from the trash. We tried to reach the Then, when the first children were born, we realized that we had built ourselves a new home.
But now I'm here. So come on. What was that? An earthquake?
We've only had one of those once before. The time when the portals opened.
Yeah, never a dull moment around here. Don't run off. I'm gonna go have a look. Your granddad won't let me through to the time pod.
Sounds like him. I was never allowed to borrow his car either.
Any ideas on how to distract him?
With a good book, perhaps?
A book? We want to break into his workshop, not celebrate his birthday.
Which probably eliminates the necktie option, too.
Just think. 5 different animal bites in half an hour. Hello? Respect? Ah! Speak of the devil.
You've become a sculptor?
I had a lot of time on my hands.
That excuses some things, but not everything. What's that doing here?
I was going to use that for my last beat of the drum sculpture. I've been waiting for weeks for the battery to run out, but it just keeps going and going and going.
The closed book.
That's not quite finished yet.
What is this supposed to represent?
That is the unfinished point.
Oh, it's supposed to look unfinished. And here I thought it just wasn't finished.
Oh, I'd better have another go at that then.
Can I take that?
No, it's not finished yet.
I could finish it.
And just how are you going to finish it?
I can finish anything.
You're going to finish me off one of these days. Are you finished yet? Yes.
No,
Oh, we'll just take it then.
I will.
On your marks, go.
And finished.
Okay, what just happened here?
Goal's hair may have lost its color, but it still smells like marshmallow candies. She held up well. The portals have closed!
I'm sure you'll think of something.
I already thought of something.
No, you are not going to get a jetpack.
Aw, man. She's totally confused. I probably would be too. The portals have closed. I have to try to open them again. Are you coming along?
Can't it wait? I'm having a conversation right now.
Of course. You can just sit here all day long talking to yourself.
You do that all the time too.
Actually, he's the one who talks all the time. I just listen. Hey, Rocco.
Howdy, Rufus.
Can you repair the portals?
Worrying, isn't it? But there's nothing that can be done about it. Portals have neither a motor nor any other mechanical components.
Oh, then it's all up to me again. Are there any goats in Paradox City?
Not that I know of, and I'm sure you'll find something better to sweeten the time until the portals open up again, you rotter.
Huh? I have to get to the time pod.
No can do. It's a bit of a family heirloom.
Nonsense. It belongs to the old Goal.
Belonged to. She left it to my father.
But that's...
You won't be able to argue with my granddad, Rufus.
Wait a minute. What are you doing here?
I'm a mysterious voice from your memory.
What? Since when?
Don't you like it?
Sure, it's pretty cool.
Who are you talking to?
Quiet back there! Got a tip on how to get past him?
Not really. He was the most stubborn human being that I've ever known.
That's not a lot of help.
You are right. Sorry. Now I feel slightly silly. Farewell.
Are you all right?
Huh? Why?
Oh, nothing. What was your question again?
Ah, you obviously cannot help me.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Don't you dare! Or do you have some kind of death wish that involves being ripped to shreds by a pack of Fulocks?
Well, I thought nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Don't think, soldier! It's war out here, and in war, there were only losers.
What are those trash cans for?
That's where we keep the seeds so they don't go bad, and so the wombats can't get at them. Those critters are getting worse by the day, almost as bad as the Fulocks. I catch them meddling with the bins all the time. That's why I always keep my eyes on both sides. My wife says I've started to squint. It's a good job it's so quiet on the Fulock front. We're not equipped for a war on two fronts.
What are those trash cans for?
Hey, that's where we keep the seed, and so the most call. That's my. We're not. Hey, keep your hands off. You'll contaminate our seeds.
Peanuts. Tasty.
What? You've eaten Mikey!
What? But, oh no, I thought you were Peanuts.
Don't worry. Mikey was an ass anyway.
And we are peanuts.
Sapient peanuts from another time. Delicious and clever.
What do you know? Can I maybe take you along anyway? The way things are going here, I'll probably have to make you into peanut butter.
No, to be honest with you, we wouldn't like that.
Let him speak. Maybe he's got a good reason.
A good reason to turn us into peanut butter? Oh yeah, true. He hasn't given us one yet. Yeah, why does he want to do that?
On principle.
Ha! On principle, he says. That's pathetic. Ugh.
Wrong answer, matey.
Well then maybe. As travel provisions.
Now you're really getting my goat. First Mikey, and now this.
You greedy gannet.
What I meant was, for love.
Wow, now that's what I call a proper answer. Oh, we'd be happy to sacrifice ourselves for love.
Yippee! Me first.
But one more question. How exactly does it help love if we're made into peanut butter? Oh, yeah.
I'd like to know that too.
Let him speak.
I want to win back Goal's affection.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I don't know.
I'm not convinced either. But this is Goal we're talking about. Yeah, but who's Goal? I mean, do we even know her?
I certainly don't know her.
Oh, true. So how do we know if you're a good match?
Goal is also more of a long-term goal.
Huh? Well, how do you mean?
Oh, it's so cryptic.
Love needs no further explanation.
No explanation, no deal. No, sir.
Find someone else to make into peanut butter.
Okay, I'll tell you. You're right, just forget I said anything.
No probs, matey. No offense.
Come back again once you've thought of a valid reason, you pillock.
Look who's back again. Mikey's murderer.
Piss off, you dick!
But I said I was sorry.
Just screwing with you.
You thought we got sour on you, but we haven't.
We're a bit rancid at worst. Have you remembered why you wanted to turn us into peanut butter yet?
Since when do I need a reason? That usually pops up later.
Can you believe such arrogance?
Oh, look at me! I'm a biped. I don't need any reasons to eat peanuts.
We want to hear the reason.
Okay. For love.
Yeah, how it...
You're right.
No offense.
Come back.
Who's taking so long?
Occupied!
You plan on being done in the crapper anytime soon?
Don't rush me! I suffer from severe temporal constipation.
Temporal constipation? Not perhaps temporal diarrhea?
No! I'm over that. But how the crap?
Surprise, surprise, huh? I recognized your voice. You're the time crapper. The temporal toilet tourist, who apparently has made it his mission to clog every toilet in the entire multiverse.
End times person? Is that you? But I've only just met you. You gave me this wonderful toilet paper.
The money from Cletus's suitcase, I remember. But that was my other adventure, a version of the future which no longer exists, as if a huge plug were clogging everything up.
Oh, tell me about it. Oh, everything was flowing just fine. Now it's come to a standstill.
Exactly, but I'll get things back up and running.
Oh, that would be great.
I see all the prerequisites for an entrancing love story. I just think the female lead should be recast.
We're out of Fulok soup. We've got toast and milk. And I'm also available on the cheap. My name's Rita. Are you single?
No. Yes. It's complicated.
Don't waste my time. I'm almost 40 and I'm a waitress in the city with no future. Do you really think I'm interested in listening to you moaning on?
Well, you asked. I just wanted to...
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Do you hear that? That's my biological clock. Order something, propose to me, or move over for the next in line.
Busy here. Anything free today?
Yeah, a tip for your girlfriend. As long as she hasn't got a ring on her finger, she shouldn't let her man walk around the city on his own.
No, I meant the food.
Why didn't you say so? We're out of Fulok soup. We've got toast and milk. Any other questions?
What was the offer again?
Put a ring on my finger and I'll ignore that whole thing about your face.
No, I meant the food.
Why didn't you say so? We're out of Fulok soup. We've got toast and milk. Any other questions?
One order of, toast and milk, please.
Got any money?
Nope.
Then your girlfriend must be blind.
The portals are closed.
Ah!
Thought so. Classic case of last-minute panic. Do you have a time machine?
Do you think I'd look like this if I had one? Time machines have become quite rare. Maverick has an instant change, but he'd rather run over his grandfather than take someone else on board. And then there's Vince, but he can only offer deterministic time travel. Firstly, that's boring, and secondly, Vince smells of prunes. Otherwise, I only know of the old time pod in Rocco's garage. No idea if that still works. So, if you need passage, Just forget it. We're all stranded here. The best thing you can do is get married as quickly as possible.
One order of,
Got any?
Nope.
Then you're a girl?
Yeah, I think I'll pass.
I hear that quite often. I really should unsubscribe from that dating platform.
What a wuss.
Boo!
Ah! Oh no! The Fulux soup! I'm gonna get fired for sure. My whole future depends on this job.
I thought there was no future here.
There is for me. My future self is sitting over there in the corner. He says that if I don't try a lot harder, I'll never be as successful as, well, me. He said I've got to save, work hard, and sign up to a pension plan. Otherwise, I'll never drive a sleek Instant Change 5. And then, well, it would all be for nothing.
Why don't you just make a new suit?
I can't. We've run out of Fulux ribs. Oh, man. What a disaster.
That time traveler apparently comes from a completely different ethnic background. This is where my respect for foreign cultures and my diplomatic tact come into play.
Ooga, ooga.
Good day, sir. I don't believe I've had the pleasure. May I introduce myself? My name is Ang.
Hello. You understand what I say?
But of course, communication is one of the most important attributes for the profession in which I work. I'm a trader, and it would be a true conviviality to engage in business with you. I vend in medicinal herbs for a healthy intestinal flora, in exchange for vintage art from the Neolithic period.
I give stone. You give fart mush.
I couldn't have put it better myself.
What a slime ball. Is that your ride out there?
Why? Have I blocked you in?
No, don't worry.
Shame. So why are you asking?
Well, you left the lights on. If you give me the key, then...
Nice try. Not only does the Instant Change Coupe make time travel possible without that bothersome time branching, it also has the automatically adjusting headlights since the 5 series.
That's a nice device. No two ways about it.
Every time traveler's dream. For a long time, I thought I'd never be able to afford more than the 2 series, the so-called butter churn, but I was ambitious. I wanted the 5 series more than anything else. I've slogged and slaved, shed blood, sweat, and tears, scrimped and saved again. And now that I've got there, the only thing that still gives me any joy is pushing around other people who don't slave away as hard as I did back then. For example, my former self, that lazy slacker. He should have served me a bowl of delicious Fulux soup ages ago, but... do you see any delicious Fulux soup around here, huh? I don't. If he doesn't start moving my ass soon, I could be due a real ass chewing.
He shouldn't be time traveling anymore at his age.
Nonsense, my boy. True, the cataracts hinder 3-dimensional sight, but we travel in 4 dimensions.
Do you own one of the time machines out there?
But of course, my young friend. I call it the retardis.
Why is everyone laughing?
Because they have no idea. The retardis is a jewel in the crown of time travel technology.
He said jewel. Mr. Vincent is neglecting to tell you that his antediluvian vehicle cannot undertake genuine time travel. Only deterministic time travel.
You can't change the past with it. You're stuck there until you've recreated the condition of the timeline at the point of departure.
Huh?
Don't listen to them. A trip in the retardis is always worth it. If you like, I can take you on a little spin. All I need is a portal map with precise space-time coordinates on it. Just ask the lads at the Portal Building Authorities.